Hello, this is Yedira from El Club de las Diosas, and today I am going to answer a question that I always get. How do I get to start with KDP, right? KDP is a program from Amazon that allows you to earn money while you make books. Whether it's low content or high content and you want to publish either a digital or a print version of your book, this is the way to go. And as you know, Amazon is one of the largest digital stores out there for people to purchase things, right? Not just books, but other kinds of stuff. So in order to get started, you just need to sign up. Once you sign up, you get into a page like this. That will give you the opportunity to publish different kinds of books. And this is where the fun begins, right? In the very first page, you have different opportunities to publish a book, whether it's a digital book, whether it's a paperback type of book, or even a hardcover, right? You have different options. But for today's purposes, I'm going to show you how to upload a paperback book on KDP Amazon. Once you open the paperback option, you go through different categories and basically go through each one of them depending on the book. So for this book, I'm going to make it in English. I'm going to go ahead and click in this option so you can see all the kinds of different languages that you're able to publish a book. And you just go through everything. And the example that I'm going to use is an alphabet tracing coloring book. So on the book title, I am going to say alphabet tracing coloring book because that's, the kind of book that I'm making. And then in the subtitle, I'm going to put something that explains a little bit more into what type of book it is and for whom this book is going to be all about. In this particular case, I want to make sure that the person that is purchasing this book understands that this book is for preschoolers, right? Whether it's children from 3 to 5 years old, just children that are starting to write and learning how to trace. It could also be for elementary school type of children, but in this scenario, I want to be very niche. As far as the author name, I'm going to put my name, which is my pen name, but this is the location in which you put your pen name depending on the company. If you have any other contributors, this is the location where you would add those. Then the description. So this is the bulk of the details on your book, right? So you want to make sure that people understand the type of book that this is all about. Here's what happens and how this is a section that is underutilized. If you think about the customer journey, when you are going through purchase a book, right? Let's say, for example, you're purchasing a book on your mobile phone. You're only able to see the cover of the book and the description. So in these times, right, a lot of people are purchasing books via their mobile phones. So therefore, it is very, very important that you add as many details as possible regarding your book. Because again, people want to understand that what the book is all about before they purchase. Clearly, the cover is going to make a difference. It's going to be the thing that breaks into the clutter of all the different books that are out there, right? It's going to make the difference. But in this scenario, you want to make sure that you put as many details as possible to make it very enticing for that consumer to purchase your book. Now, if they're purchasing your book on a desktop, is a little bit different because guess what? Amazon provides an opportunity for people to take a sneak peek into what your book is all about. It's called Look Inside feature, which is phenomenal. This is something that is completely free and it's automatic to you. I'm actually going to leave a link below so you can see how the Look Inside feature works and you can add it into your book. But in there, people have the opportunity to take a look at a few pages and see the kind of book it's all about. Is that sneak peek that people are looking for when they're purchasing a book? But again, that is only available through the desktop version. So keep that in mind. Again, this is why it is very important to have a very nice description. Then you go into the publishing rights. Obviously, this is where you will say if this is a public domain or this is copyright. Then the keywords, you have 7 spaces in here that are going to allow your when people are searching for your book to appear. So I'm just going to put in here letter of the alphabet, and of course I'll go back and do my research into what my book is all about. The categories. Amazon allows you to have 2 categories per book. You can add on to more by writing to them, but for the purpose of this exercise, you go into the categories. This is a juvenile type of book. It's all about the alphabet, so I'm going to select that category, and then I'm going to go back again and select another category that I think it fits into my book. Again, this is the way that sometimes people search for books. If they're looking for a particular book on alphabet, then my book will be able to show up in there. I'm going to just click under literacy collections, just general. Again, this is one of those things that depending on your book, then that's a category that you're going to select, and you're going to save it. Moving on into the next page, more and more details, right? The ISBN number is the code that is particular to your book, and Amazon allows you to have a free ISBN number. Now, if you have your own, or if you have purchased this is the moment where you can click on it and then add your own. Publication date is the date that you want to mark this as been publicized. Printing options. You have 4 different options when it comes to your book, and depending on the option that you want to select is the cost for your book. How much is going to cost to print your book? Granted, you have different options, whether it's black and white, white paper with cream paper, and as you click through each one of these options, you have pretty much a description of what this is all about to help you make a decision. So I'm going to select white paper. My book is 8.5 by 11, but as you can see, you have a lot of different options in here. So you select the options of the size of the book. There's a version about non-bleed and bleed. In this case, bleed, because my pages go a little bit outside, and then a glossy finish. So in this case, I went ahead and upload both the cover and the manuscript, which is the interior, and I'm gonna click on launch preview so I can see what my book is all about and get the final checking. It takes a little while for everything to appear, so just be patient with it. Once it appears, then you're able to see how the cover is going to look like to make it a final approval, and then you're also able to see how the interior is going to look like on the book itself. So think of it again, how they're opening their pages and how they're able to see that book, and to me it looks very good. So I'm gonna go ahead and click approve. Once I go ahead and click approve, then this is the moment in which in the bottom of the page it will appear how much it's going to cost to print this book. So it's about $2.15. So you have to think about, out of the final cost when you're setting up your pricing, that you need to deduct $2.15 out of that. So I'm gonna set a price, but before I do that, I want to make sure that I select the primary marketplace, and there's tons of different ones to choose from. My primary target is US market, so I'm just gonna leave it as is. I'm gonna price this at $8.99, and then once I pre-populate that, you'll see the other options are already pre-populated. You see the royalty that I'm going to gain, which is $3.24. And it is my preference to have expanded distribution, which this allows me to have this book available in other locations such as Walmart.com, Barnes & Nobles, and such forth. Once I am done, then I click on publish paperback, and that's it. But for the purpose of today, I'm just going to save it because I want to go back and enter those keywords. But it is very simple. Very simple process. If you have any questions or any comments about this process, go ahead and leave a comment below. And I hope this was very helpful for you. I have more videos about KDP Amazon, so please subscribe.